I want to go to the audio soundbites. Yesterday on this program, advising Romney how to get down and dirty with Obama, since Obama, the aggressor, sets the rules in these fights. This is one of the things I advised Romney to do.
Okay, so Mr. Limbaugh, since you have the answer to everything, then what would you suggest that Romney do if he's doing it? Okay, fine. Look, pal, when I was out creating jobs, investing in business, and growing this economy, you're at Columbia smoking weed, snorting coke. You write about it in your book. You talk about how you got into Columbia and to Harvard Law, and you didn't have to do anything. That was what's great about it. You love getting into Columbia because all you had to do is go to class, get your grades, and smoke a little weed. Well, I was out building the country when you were doing that. That's the kind of this is a Chicago barroom guy who doesn't care about the aftermath as long as he wins.
Now, last night on MSNBC, I'm told Limbaugh's racist. You start talking about a black guy doing drugs, that's racist. Oh, no, he wrote about it in his book. And I said, well, but Limbaugh should know that Obama just did this to try to deal with the pain of losing his father. That's the only reason. It's just racist. Limbaugh being racist here if I bring this up. And by the way, that is one of the reasons Romney won't go. They don't want that charge. Well, no, I've not been told that. I'm just convinced. One of the reasons that they're not going to, it's like the same reason McCain wouldn't. You know, we're asking, a lot of people starting to ask, where is the way you dealt with Santorum and Newt? And the answer coming back is, well, those guys are conservatives. It's okay to hate conservatives. It's okay to be mean to conservatives. You don't do it to Obama. Well, Sununu, John Sununu didn't get the memo last night on Fox News. Actually, I'm sorry, it was this morning on American Newsroom. Sununu was on with Martha McCallum. He said, do you think the Romney campaign's done a good enough job of coming out with their own take on that statement Obama made about business owners not building the business themselves?
He has no idea how the American system functions, and we shouldn't be surprised about that, because he spent his early years in Hawaii smoking something, spent the next set of years in Indonesia, another set of years in Indonesia, and frankly, when he came to the U.S., he worked as a community organizer, which is a socialized structure, and then got into politics in Chicago. There has been no experience in his life in which he's earned a private sector paycheck that meant anything.
Now, Sununu, in every one of his TV appearances, takes no prisoners. So I think Sununu has been appointed with the task of going out and performing the duties that I am suggesting need to happen. Because that's smoking something in Hawaii. He's doing it. Never had a paycheck. Chicago politics. The only thing he left out was that Obama's been mentored, educated, bent, and shaped by a bunch of communists.
Somebody else made that happen.
Marxists. Right. Now, Karl Rove was asked about this last night. Special report with Brett Baer. Said, look, Karl, there's this growing conservative voice out there that seems to be saying the Romney campaign, you need to go on the offense.
Here's the conundrum. Obama wants them to fight back in the same way that he's attacking. He wants them to get down in the gutter with him. So when they go back and refute this, they need to flip this to a higher level. They can't take the bait and fall into the mud with President Obama, because at the end of the day, if this is a battle between two sort of mudslingers, neither one of them looking presidential, people will tend to go with the guy who is already president.
Yeah, we'll find out here why the Bush White House never responded to anything. It's the assumption, in this case, that Obama will win because he's got incumbency on his. Well, they didn't think of. I'm lost. Anyway. So here, Joe Trippi. Joe Trippi was also on the same show with Brett Baer, and after Rove said that Romney the campaign shouldn't get in the mud with Obama's campaign, Brett Baer turned to Joe Trippi and said, Joe, you agree with that?
I think care to be cautious candidacies are always don't do very well. And Romney's a care to be cautious candidate, and they're running a care to be cautious campaign. It's not going to work. I think they've got to get proactive and get aggressive and start defending or deflecting these attacks a lot better than they've been doing.
Now, Trippi's a Democrat. Obviously, his sympathies are with Obama, so you have to factor maybe he's trying to rope a dope the Romney campaign into getting down and dirty. But I just want to point something out to you. It was only last week that the economic roof of Obama's house caved in. Economic news that should have ended his candidacy. And now what are we talking about? How does Romney recapture the offense here? Remember the long discussion we had here about how the economy traditionally used in a campaign isn't going to work this time? In a sane world, Obama doesn't have a chance in heck of getting reelected because of the economy. And yet, what are we talking about here? How does Romney recapture the offense? Okay, so the Democrats always have a war room, but we are not supposed to go to war. No, we're supposed to stay above the fray and surrender, essentially. Stay above the fray. We go to war. We can't go to war because the press will not treat us fairly, so it doesn't make any sense to go to war. And that's where we are. And we'll be back.